In 2013, my friend Chris and his family invited me to join them as they took a bit of a road trip tour of the southwestern United States. I chose to ride my motorbike down to catch up with them and add a few of my bucket list locales to the trip, including Sturgis and the Black Hills. This is the first of several videos that I have put together based on recordings I made during the trip. You'll see that, as is going to be a bit of a pattern during these videos, that I spend some time getting myself ready as part of the preparation for the ride. And this is me figuring out whether or not the camera is actually working before putting the helmet and the whole camera rig on my head. My apologies in advance. This first day of recording in particular has some issues with sound quality and other factors that took me a while to figure out how to rectify. Placement of the microphone and the helmet became a bit of a challenge each day, and I ended up using various arrangements of duct tape and so on to keep it from vibrating and making too much noise. In any case, enjoy the video, and hopefully I'll be able to entertain a little bit as we go along. So, I've crossed the border, and now I've got a guy coming in through the exit here at the rest stop. Jesus. Americans are weird. Very, very weird. So, first challenge. Across the border took me very close to an hour. One thing at a time. Well, day one's recordings ended a bit abruptly, partly because I hadn't really figured out yet how quickly the battery was running out in my GoPro, which is very quickly. Day two started with absolutely no audio whatsoever, which wasn't intentional. I think, as I recall, this is a couple of years on now, but I believe I had unintentionally disconnected the audio wire from the GoPro while getting everything set up, and so I rode for the first hour or so with the microphone disconnected. In any case, enjoy a couple of minutes of silence as I get on my motorbike and get started on my way, departing from Coeur d'Alene and heading towards Bozeman, Montana. Enjoy! we go. Nice little stop here in Wallace. Might drive through the town just so I can check and make sure that this is in fact the place I remember. What the hell is a huckfester, I wonder? Yep, this is the place. Club where we had breakfast.
When I say we, and my other references to Wallace in the past tense, what I'm talking about is a road trip I took in 2012 with Tim, Jeff, and my nephew Shane, where we stopped in Wallace briefly for breakfast. It's a neat little town, sort of remnants, largely preserved, of silver mining time period back around the turn of the century. And it's one of the few towns in the area that's preserved some of its older buildings, right in the shadow of this huge interstate highway. In any case, I really enjoyed the little town, and it's definitely worth stopping in if you get a chance. A bit of a surprise, pretty much right underneath the interstate. So I'm on my way again. Nice little stop at the rest stop. Tried to send a text message to Irene, discovered I had no service in that area. Good old exit 5. It was a great exit. So, if I go through Missoula, that may be where I stop for lunch. That's 100 miles from here, so an hour and a half. So, and I gotta quit saying so. Western Montana. Mountainous, kind of pretty. Wait for a couple hours, it gets not so exciting. You know, as interstate highways go, this part, I think this is Interstate 90, isn't too bad. I mean, what bothers me about the interstates is the concrete slab stuff. That I don't like, which is what Interstate 5 is. The other thing I don't like about interstates is typically they're busier highways. This is fairly quiet. I mean, there's traffic, but it's not bumper to bumper. Hoping it stays similar to this all the way to Bozeman, Montana. Probably shouldn't make fun of the Americans. They might shoot me or something. The fact that I didn't say thanks to that guy who helped me lift my bike, didn't say thanks properly. Shake his hand, say who I am, that kind of stuff nags at me. I'm a better person than that, I should be. Yeah, I'm introverted, maybe even a little bit autistic or something, but so I'm wondering what the solid line in the middle of this two-lane road actually means. Does that mean don't pass? I mean, I could see that, because it seems to be in the corners. But I don't think I've ever seen a two-lane road with this feature before. This waving across divided highways is pretty comical. I don't think most of the guys even see me. I don't know why I'm doing it. Oh well. So, I suspect when I stop for lunch, that'll be the last time, assuming that the camera makes it that far, I film for today. I've got it's already switched batteries, and I doubt the second battery will recharge fast enough to swap back in and give much life. One of the challenges I find with this camera is even with the extended battery, I'm lucky to get 2 hours out of it. Lucky, I say. Yeah, I think one of the things I have to find a way to do is incent myself to do some kind of regular physical activity, because I'm in such terrible shape. Carrying at least 40, probably closer to 60 pounds of extra fat. Well,
That may be an exaggeration. I put a little bit of muscle on a couple of years ago, so maybe it's only 30 pounds. But regardless, it's fat. The other thing is that the muscles I used to have, what little they were, have atrophied because of my more or less complete lack of activity. It probably wouldn't take much. It would probably take half an hour, 5 days a week. But that's half an hour I'd rather spend napping or riding my motorbike or apparently stuffing my face. Speaking of which, I had a really nice bag of Piggy Puffs last night. Piggy Puffs. And a tin of Budweiser beer with lime, which I bought mainly because I'd never seen Budweiser beer with lime before. I don't think I'll buy it again. But they also have Budweiser beer with Clamato and Budweiser beer with, I think it was grape juice or something. I need land, lots of land, and the daily skies above, broke fence me in. Broken up concrete. Yeah, I love the Americans and their extreme love for concrete roadways. Not. Sure, the concrete lasts a long time if you like riding on frickin' broken up concrete. And there's frickin' again. My friend frickin'. My friend fricka. Weed. Careful, semi-trailer trucks may describe an arc. What? I must admit, I've never really thought of using semi-trailers as geometry tools, but whatever. Ah yes, good old strips of retread. Okay, this semi seems to be doing 75 miles an hour through all of these curves. I'm not sure whether I want to be beside him when he's doing 75 miles an hour through all these curves. I wonder if 2 Mile Road is 2 miles long or 2 miles away from something. Oh, I spoke too soon about this interstate not being the typical concrete slab interstate. Here we go, here's the typical concrete slab part. Approximately every 6 feet, there's another break between the concrete slabs. So you get this wonderful bumpity 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 bumpity, which is irritating enough in the car. This isn't as bad as I-5? I-5 or I-15? Anyways, the one that just comes south off the Pacific Highway. But it is irritating. I prefer nice asphalt. So, there's nobody behind me visible. There's nobody in front of me visible. Just the way I like to travel. And I guess we're running out of mountains. I mean, these things in front of me are mountains, but as you see when I come around this corner, there's not much left. Coming up on flat land. So, the good old sun's right directly over my head, which is surprising, given it's almost noon. Well, it's really irritating times when you're on a motorbike, trying to get so you're not staring right at the bright ball of the sun. Most of the time, if you're heading east, you can't really avoid it in the morning, and if you're heading west at night, you can't really avoid it. But at noon, doesn't matter which direction you're heading, you've got the sun shining right at the top part of your head, which gives me anyways, eye strain. So what I'm saying is, the sun's bothering me. Damn you, sun! So obviously I'm in Montana, where it's not required by law that you wear a helmet. It still freaks me out when I see a guy on a motorbike with no helmet on. It just doesn't seem right. Of course, from my perspective, not wearing a helmet is kind of stupid. But hey, whatever makes you happy. Do. Weather outside is frightful, inside it's so delightful. There's only one place to go. Let it snow, let it snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the square as well, the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the day'll be here. I can't remember the rest of the words. Words are meant for birds. Hi, motorhome. I'd like to go swimming with bow-legged women and swim between their knees. Yeah, that kind of day.